Looks like I should be live now, right? All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is T-Bone here. Welcome back to another stream. This is a Tuesday, and so as we know, it is going to be a preview night, and we are going to be talking about the Slayer, Dark Slayer event deck that is part of the Radiant Sphynx season. It's also worth noting that this is going to be the last event where we're going to be seeing the boys cards, and so if that's something that you've been looking to collect, now is the time to get it. And so, welcome back, everybody. It is good to be here talking about Legendary. You might have seen my previous videos. I've been talking about another match 3 type game, and so I've had an opportunity to really sort of, compare and contrast the two different types of games. And I gotta say, it's been a very interesting experience. But glad to be back here talking about this event deck here for this game right now, and we're gonna get right into it. So I've got 14,000 gems this time, and hopefully my luck will be a little bit better than the last. And so we'll see. But let's talk about the cards. First of all, A-Train is going to be a Dragoon that you'll be able to get this time. Now, what's interesting is this is going to be an Immortal Killer Dragoon. So this is actually going to be the Regal Revolutionaries. So if it's interesting because typically with Dragoons, they usually would give you the most recent, card of the same affinity, but they skipped one. So they actually skipped one, and they went straight to this Regal Revolutionaries. So I thought that was an interesting choice. I guess you could probably specialize it to the one that was the most recent, the Dark Commander deck, but I'm not sure. So, anyways, let's take a look at the cards here. So the Dragoon is I guess let me go back to it. So the Dragoon's card that you can use if you want to. It is a Slayer type card, and it will create. But it's going to act like an event card. Okay, so it'll create 4 Dark Power Gems, 2s, and then for every 100 Immortal Intensity, you'll create another one. So if you're going to be using Golems, for example, in your deck, this would also work because you're going to be using Immortal Relics as well. So this deck works in that favor also. So you can really combine the two. So that will work out well. But this is a Slayer, a Dark Slayer Beast Killer event. And so let's take a look at the cards for the Beast Killer itself. And so we've got people in the chat right now. Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us here. We got Paranormal Agents. This is the ultimate form. And interesting artwork, actually. So both of them sort of have like the ghost and the demon sort of lurking behind them. Haven't really read through the lores just yet, but I thought that it's kind of funny. Like, I don't know why I feel this way, but like when I look at this, I just kind of think like if Scooby-Doo were to be done in a more like a dark, more adult type manner, less comedic, this is probably how it's going to turn out. It just has a very Scooby-Doo vibe for me, so I'm not sure how you guys feel about it, but I'm not trying to insult the artwork or anything like that. It's just like the way that they're investigating, looking for things. It just kind of gives me that vibe. Anyways, going off on a tangent here, just going to take a look at the cards here. So we got the Paranormal Agents, which is the ultimate form, and it has the battle skill that will create 5 Power Gem 5s. And then they introduce another thing called Investigate. So it's going to add 15 stacks of Investigate. And the way it works is the Investigate is just going to be a status that's going to be on the side of your game of your view. It's not for the card. Okay, so all of the cards in this deck will add to that stack. And then afterwards, it will add 2 more stacks of Investigate for every Dark Slayer hero on your team. So they're trying to make this Investigate really important. We'll talk about what that is. It has a 3-turn cooldown deck, and it also has this similar skill where every single turn you're going to be generating Power Gem 5s, and you'll create 4 of them each time. And Pristine is this new mechanic that they're introducing where this particular hero will gain 200% increased attack when it's at full HP. So what we've seen now, we've seen haste. Okay, that's one type. Then we've seen ambush, and now we're seeing Pristine. So whenever you can get your team to full health, your hero will gain 200% increased attack, not damage, but 200% increased attack. So it's going to be a little bit different, but in Slayer events, this will be more pronounced, so it's going to be more meaningful. As far as like how well it's going to be, how good it really is, not sure. And the idea of investigate, you'll see what that does in a different card. Okay, and it starts with 20 stacks of investigate. So what is investigate really? If you take a look at the Master Collection card, which is a private all-seeing eye. Okay, you see what I did there? Instead of a private eye, it's a private all-seeing eye. You can see the ghost behind it. It'll create also Dark Power Gen 5. So this now Master Collection card also, like, it's joined the fray. Everybody creates Power Gen 5. It's like Power Gen 5 for you, Power Gen 5 for you, right? Everybody gets Power Gen 5s, right? It is no longer Power Gen 4s. It is long history. It adds another 15 stacks of Investigate to the whole stack of Investigate there. And it also increases 200% increased attack when it's at full health. So, Investigate. Let's talk about it. Investigate. When Investigate stacks will reaches 100, so like, all of these cards, adding stacks to the central Investigate bowl, right? It will fully heal yourself. Okay, so no matter where your health is at, it's going to heal it. And then it's going to remove the 100 stack. So you basically start from scratch. And then the heroes make a discovery. So I've been reading this ever since it came out. And I am so frustrated because I have no idea what they're discovering. So if you know, let me know. Because they don't say anywhere. Okay, so they make a discovery, but they won't tell you what it is that they actually discover. So I think that the wording has they can do some improvements to the way that they try to engage you, because I personally find myself, like, when they introduce a new word or something, I want to know what the root of that is. I want to know what they're talking about, but it's nowhere. Okay, and so your best guess is as good as mine, so we might as well make the best of it. Let me know in the chat what you think the discovery is. What are they discovering? What are they going to find when they reach 100 Investigate? So then we have the ultra rare card Shielded Soothsayer. This also adds 15 stacks of Investigate, and it also adds 2 more for every Dark Slayer hero on your team. So guys, Investigate is very important. And I think I can see the reason why, but I'm going to talk about the cards first. And it also creates 4 Dark Power Gen 5s at the beginning of every turn, and this card also will fully heal. So basically, like, if you have the Ultra Rare card or the Master Collection card in your deck, then you'll be able to take advantage of the Pristine, so that you always heal yourself. Works in situations where you need to be in a long, drawn-out fight where the boss might be attacking with a very big amount of attack, and you generally don't survive very well. But if you can survive 3 turns, then you're going to be able to fully heal, and that will essentially guarantee that you never die. And that is sort of the draw of Pristine, but you need to make sure you have enough health to survive in the first place. And so got more people joining here. Guten Morgen. I think that's from Germany, right? Hello, Peter. And we got Maria, Dian, and everyone else. Sorry I couldn't say all the names here, but I just wanted to say welcome and thanks for joining me here. Okay. Discover Slimmer. All right. And so we've got the event card here, which is Gerald, Lone Marksman. So he's got his sniper rifle in the... And it looks like he's got some sort of a apparatus that allows him to aim better, right? And let's take a look now. So what he does is he'll create 4 Dark Power Gen 3s, and he himself also adds 10 stacks of Investigate. The hero also gains 200% increased attack when at HP, and he also will fully remove the stack and heal yourself. Okay, and so what they're doing here is you don't need the Master Collection card, you don't need the Ultra Rare card. If you have the event card, you could add to this bowl of Investigate. And let's take a look at the support card, which is a Vicky Intrepid Investigator. So the support card will create 10 Dark Gems. So we sort of expect this from the more recent support cards now. They create about 10 gems or so. And it also adds 10 stacks to Investigate, also gains 200 increased attack, and it also removes the stacks and fully heals yourself. And so everything, the entire deck, except for the Ultimate Form. The Ultimate Form is the one that will not Pristine. or I should say the ultimate form card is not pristine, so it's somehow I don't know, what's the opposite of pristine? It's like dirty, not dirty, it's just, you know, tainted. Right? Am I right? Am I right? Oh no, I'm wrong. I didn't go down far enough. It does have investigate. It will also remove, and it will also make a discovery. I for some reason I missed it. I thought they didn't. They discover puzzle warriors. Well, that's a good one. Yeah, that is something that I've been playing for the last couple of days. If you have paid attention, I have been making videos for that. So check it out. Let me know what you think. All right, so we got the deck here. Lots of power gem spawning potentials with an ultimate form, right? So 4, 4, 4. I think just Master Collection creates 4, not the ultra rare card. So we got basically, if you playing with a single Master Collection card, single ultra rare, and an ultimate form, that is, you know, 8 power gems at the beginning. But then it doesn't actually create enough gems to really gem crush. This is not like a gem crush type deck, right? The power gems that you create, like typically we see something like, oh, you know, create more for every intensity, for whatever, you know, activate battle skill, you get like, you know, this many with ambush, or, you know, double the number of power gems, all kinds of stuff. This deck doesn't do that. And so it's going to be very interesting because this deck as a whole isn't really a gem crush type deck. And so if you're going to be using off affinity to try to upgrade the power gems, this deck is going to have a hard time doing it actually. You're going to have to rely on some other deck that is going to have to create the power gems in order to do the upgrade. So let's go and take a look at my luck. Let's go ahead and pull and see what we can do here and see what we get. But I think it's worth noting that I think the tier where you get, yeah, so A-Train is the Dragoon, so they've bumped it up even higher to tier 5, so it's unlikely I'm going to get it, because it's unlikely I'm going to be willing to spend an additional 5,000 gems to go to tier 5, but we'll see, okay? All right. Okay, so let's go with tier 1, let's see what we get, and I will say that if I do get one of the other cards, if I get enough coins, I will be willing to spend the coins to get it, just because I want to be able to showcase the deck. And so if I get one, I'll just go ahead and craft the other. I'm not going to worry too much about it if I can get one out of the 4 tiers. Okay, so let's hope for the best. We did get a support card, so that is better than nothing. So let's see. LVD, it's 5:30 in the. It's 5:30 in the morning. Well, thank you for getting up so early to catch the stream here. But it is evening for me. All right, another. Ooh, this is. Hey, Private All-Seeing Guy. I got my Master Collection card on tier 2. Tier 2, everybody. Look at that. I called for it. I got it. So if I get the coins, I'm gonna have to spend it. At least I can use it. So I can now be pristine. Well, I guess I could have been pristine with a support card. Do you guys feel all like clean and like super like pristine? I don't know. There's something about that word. It just kind of like, I don't know. There's something about that word. Anyways, let's go to tier 3. Come on, ultra rare card. I am missing one of the cards for me to get the shiny master though, so I'm not gonna be able to get that unless it shows up. So this is the main hero. Is that guaranteed? Main hero is usually guaranteed on tier 4, right? So I guess I got lucky with the main hero here. Hey, and this is gonna be a relic. Yep, Paranormal Pistol. I know, Magic Man. I got a card that is not a relic. I was really surprised. I'm pretty happy about that. So this is gonna be another. So I now have 3 support cards. I got another pistol. Oh my goodness, this tier 3 has been pretty good actually, right? So 2 relics here, right? 2 relics, main event card, and then did I just get the deep? Wait, this is a guarantee. Oh, they gave you another guarantee card at tier 3 for the deep. I didn't even notice it. So yeah, Private All-Seeing Eye is the Master Collection card, and I got 2 relics here. Got the event card and a support card. This is a pretty decent tier 3, to be honest with you. All right, we'll go one more tier, just so we can at least go to tier 4, and then see if we can get our ultra rare card here. If not, I think I might have enough coins at this point to craft the other card. So then I'm gonna go ahead and craft it, and then we will see. So here's my third paranormal pistol. So let's go ahead and get that, and we got a pristine cane. Look at that! It's going very much with the whole theme of this deck here. There is the main hero that is a guarantee, and so I guess that's probably going to be just like I'm just getting the guarantee cards here. Okay, so that's okay. I at least I got one out of the two. I can't really expect to always get super lucky, although I feel like I have never gotten both, like the ultra rare card and the magic collection card within 4 tiers. But I'm happy enough about it. Let's go and take a look. I want to see if I have just enough. Look at that. I have just enough, and as I said, I'm gonna go ahead and craft it because I don't expect to pull any more. I don't expect to pull any more tiers, so I'm just gonna go ahead and craft it, and then we're going to check out the deck. Hey, look at that. Not very often we get to check out the entire deck on the preview day. So I'm gonna go ahead and craft my ultra rare card, and then I'm gonna go ahead and forge my ultimate form. I really wish that they would get rid of this this thing where like it keeps popping up that dialogue. So like if you have more than enough for 2 crafts, you could sometimes accidentally craft 2 of those cards, and that is just bad design in my opinion. All right, let's go ahead and forge our card. Hey, look at that. 4 tiers, got my Master Collection card tier 2. Technically, I could have stopped in 2 tiers and I would have been okay. But you know, we went to 4 tiers, still didn't get more, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and now form our team, and then let's take a look and see what it's going to be like. I'm going to start by just the team. And I think the best way to showcase a team is to just show the team, like not show it with everything else. So I'm going to take a look, and we're going to go and do Beast Killer. Beast Killer Intensity, and it's going to be Slayer. Speaking of which, I haven't... Dark Beast Killer Slayer. What? This is a commander event? It looks like their sorting might be broken. What? Let's try again. This is a Slayer event, right? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? All right, I don't know what I might have added in here. Like clear all filters. Okay. Jeez. Let's do it again. So dark, and we're gonna go Slayer. And this is Beast Killer. I'm not sure what happened there, but it was not working. It really like messed me up a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and put the team in here. And also the Draconic Scoundrels is also the past ultimate form that you can use. In this sort of meta where dual affinity is the way to go, Draconic Scoundrel becomes an ultimate form that's more of a liability than anything else. So that's really a shame, but because I really feel like it's a great card to use. So here is the event card, and we're going to throw in a support card, and then we're going to throw in our Dark Slayer relics that are, I guess we have 3 relics here, and just kind of throw these other ones in here for now, and then we'll worry about relics that need to break the shields later on. Okay, so let's see, where do I go though to test it out? I guess I can take a look at... The best really would be to go after Rilka, right? If we go after Rilka, this is Beast Slayer, and this is a dark deck. So let's see, how many coins do I have for Rilka? Rilka. I got more than enough. So I can spend the 50 coins on it. So let's go ahead and summon Rilka. We'll go ahead and did I select Beast Intensity instead of Beast Killer? Is that why? You guys are... you guys don't miss anything. Okay, so let's go ahead and try a real cut here, and we're gonna test out the deck. All right, we're gonna test out the deck just because don't really get a chance to. So let's go ahead and see what this Pristine is all about, and we will check it out. I really kind of wanted to see, like, you know, how often can we see Pristine? Like, how often does it happen? How does it actually work? And okay, so let's see. There is the Pristine, I think, over on the right. No, not Pristine. Investigate over on the right, and we start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I should have started with. I guess it's probably Gem Crushed, but we should be starting with 8, right? So the Investigate doesn't add on its own. Okay, so let's see. Master Collection card is, let's see, how many are we actually? Oh, I'm also adding because of relics probably. But let's see. I want to clear this all out. I want to see how many relics we're seeing at the beginning of every turn. So at the beginning of every turn, we see 4, 8, and then that's probably relic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 12. I think there's 3 from relics. Anyway, so I need to activate. I need to activate in order to get to add to the stack, right? Okay, so it automatically does everything. It automatically does it for you. So like I did it too fast. I didn't show it. So there is the status, right? So this hero now has 200% increased attack because it healed. And the thing with Real Cut is that it will sort of, like this. I don't think it hits you every time, does it? I don't think it's Real Cut that hits you. Real Cut will convert your Dark Power Gems to Light Power Gems, and I think it's Sentry Storm that will statically attack you every single turn. So as you can see here, I am not at, but I guess if I activate all 5 cards, I can get Pristine, right? Is that right? Activating all 5 cards pretty much gives me a whole stack. So every 3 turns I can activate, and I can, right? Every 3 turns I can activate, and then I will get the full stack of Pristine, or full stack of Investigate. I keep saying the wrong word. Full stacks of Investigate. That's gonna set my heroes to be at Pristine so they can get increased attack, right? Yeah. So I'm basically, every single card is adding to it. Oh no, it doesn't. So I had 10. I had 10 before, and so with these 5, I'm getting 85 total. So I can't get to 100 just yet. So my next activation will allow me to get there. So let's take a look. We should be able to deal more than enough damage, to be honest. I'm just kind of waiting here. I'm just waiting my turns to see how it does. I feel like, I guess it's okay. Like it always creates gems, like always creates power gems, and it looks like I'm creating, you know, more than enough here. And I'm getting off affinity right here. So Rilka's helping me out with the off affinity, but you can see here I don't create enough power gems. I don't create enough power gems to really take advantage of that. Not really upgrading anything. I healed, so I have 200% additional attack, and I'm gonna be able to take out most of the damage there. Okay, so that is 733. I'm not sure how, like, I'm not sure how much this is telling you guys, but it's really basic. Like activating the battle skills just gives me some, you know, gives you power gems, and then it, depending on how many stacks you already have, you'll probably just fully heal. I suspect that if I, let's see, so that should be 15, 25, 25, 20. Yeah, so the support card doesn't give as much. And we should be able to take out the boss here. So that's how it works. I feel like I'm not sure exactly how useful it is in a Slayer event where everything sort of dies in like 2 turns or 3 turns. But I suppose there is, and I don't get a core, right? Yeah. I suppose there is going to be utility here, like because you're gonna fully heal, and I couldn't really get my health too low with Real Cut there. But let's go back and take a look again, right? So the support card here, Vicky, adds 10. Yeah, so adds 10. I'm not sure if at 6 stars he'll add more. So let's go back and take a look. because I think what I should have done is I should have also sort of calculated how much we're going to be able to get here. So this is at 6 stars. So that's at 5 stars. I don't think it changes, right? So 10 stacks is what the support card is capable of. And then the event card gives, let's take a look here. The event card gives 10. So 10 from event card, 10 from support card, and the ultimate form, the ultra rare card gets 15. Oh, but it adds more. So 2 for every. So basically, if I have a team of 5, then I'm getting 25 stacks. So 25, 25, 25. That makes sense. 25, 25, 25. Guys, I think Master. Oh no, Master Collection card doesn't do that. Jeez. So Master Collection card just gives you straight up 15. Ultra rare card gives you 15 plus 10, so that's 25. That's 40, and then another 25 from the ultimate form. Yeah, so the whole team, one of each gives you 85 stacks of investigate when you activate everything. Okay, so is this a good deck compared to what we've seen in the previous season? I feel like it's not quite as, like, I don't know, it doesn't feel quite as powerful. So like you can take a look here, right? So this is the Vanquishing Vagabonds. This was the previous Dark. Well, I guess I really should be looking at the Dark Commander. The previous Dark Commander was quite good. This one, it has good Power Gem like passive spawn ability, but as you noted there, right? If I have an off affinity Power Gem spawner, this isn't going to really be able to override it, and so you're not going to be getting the damage output from this. Like, activating everything doesn't even cause a gem crush in general. And psychedelic Childa, I don't know. I haven't discovered anything. It didn't show anything. It didn't have. I was kind of expecting it to have like a little effect of some sort. And since they discover something, I would imagine like, you know, all the cards to like scream Eureka on top of his card. But I didn't see it, right? I didn't see it. So let's take a look again, right? Like, probably can do this in. Let's do this in a campaign, and just kind of see, right? Because I think if I go with campaign, I could actually get 6 cards. I could add the stack faster, and so let's go and we'll do an elite. Might as well farm something. Let's go to this one here. And do I have any friends right now that has the ultimate form? Yeah, we do. All right. So let's take a look, okay? Pay attention to the screen anywhere. If I go ahead and activate all of my battle skills, I should be setting off the pristine status. No, I should be setting off the, oh my god, I don't even remember the there's too many names. There's too many little names. Whatever it is, let's see if there's anything that gives us an indication of something that gets discovered. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and activate. Discovery! Hey, you see it? Did you see that? I saw it. Discovery. But it doesn't tell me what it discovered. I don't know what's discovered. Did you see it? I saw it. It popped up. Discovery. Apple, oranges, and bananas and watermelon equals 100 stacks. That's pretty funny. So yeah, I have no idea. It's still a mystery. It is still a mystery. But pay attention to the card. I think the card that pushes the stack over to 100 gets the Scream Discovery. That's what happens. Okay? The card that gets to push the Investigate stack over 100 gets to yell it. It's like Lord of the Flies. They get the conch, right? They get the conch. They get to speak. All right? So I'm going to activate because it's going to be 3 turns after this. So whoever I activate is going to scream. All right? So it's not going to be Vicky because she doesn't give enough. It's not going to be, what is his name? Gerald? Yeah, it's not going to be Gerald. It's going to be this girl or this duel. Discovery. You see that? Discovery. Doesn't do anything. It's, oh gosh. All right. So this is, if you're able to activate everything, like I think, let's see, let's count this out, right? It feels okay, I guess. Like if you save all of your saved power gems, and then you activate, then it's actually not too bad. But if you're starting from scratch, if you're starting from like an empty board and you activate your battle skills, then it's really not going to be quite enough. So like I'm just gonna show you, right? Like I'm gonna go ahead and activate here, and then I'm gonna clear. I guess if I clear that, I'm gonna kill everything. But it just feels like if you're starting from scratch, you're not really going to be able to spawn enough. But you're starting the board with some power gems, and when you activate, it probably gives you about maybe half the board. And so if you're going with off affinity, you really need to have like more than half the board full of non-dark gems in order to take advantage of that. So Chris Fan, I discovered that I've wasted my gems and coins on this event deck. It's okay. I feel like, you know, if it turns out that as a result of previewing and seeing this deck in action, it makes you decide that you don't want to invest in it, then this video did its job. I'm okay with it. I feel like, you know, in general, I think what people are going to probably do anyway is they're probably going to end up doing this. They're just going to go change it to this, and they're going to change it to this. So what they're going to do is they're going to go ahead and add this card in there. Let's go ahead and change this. So they're going to add, come on, swap. They're going to put in Golem. They're going to change this one, and they're probably going to do Slayer, and they're going to switch out this one, and they may, I don't know, like maybe Golems is not quite necessary, but the deck itself doesn't really create that many power gems, and we're probably going to do something like this. Bam, right? And there's the deck. That's probably what is most likely going to happen. Although I could see also it might be possible for it to be something like this, where you might not need the golem, but although I feel like you might need to. Although with the passive ability and everything, it just might be okay. So let's go ahead and try this out now with this setup. We're going to go ahead and farm for something again. And I'm going to use something that will not passively spawn anything. You guys are the one. Here you go. I want to like a warding or something that's not going to impact it. So this is potentially something, right? It is sort of like to the point where it's a solved problem. Every single event, you know exactly what kind of setup you're going to have if you have the ultimate form for this particular event. And so this is going to be it, right? So this is what it's going to be, and I think I can get better power gems than this, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and save some, because I'm going to let the passive spawn come out, and then I'm going to go ahead and activate. I can't actually get hit. So pretend that I got hit, okay? Pretend that I got hit by the cards. And so here it is using this deck right here. Now it will at least overwrite some. And of course, when it overwrites, it also just went ahead and did a gem crush. So this is what it's going to look like with this setup. So I think you might need to add golems in there. You might need to actually add golems in there in order to be able to overwrite more. Just because like the deck on its own, yeah, just not quite enough. So like I think you need to take out the ultra rare card and you need to put the golems in there. So let's see, ring royalty for off affinity, it's fine too. Like, you know, anything for off affinity. Ring royalty, not really going to give you enough power gems though. It is going to give you like some additional beast damage, but ring royalty, what it does is it's going to create like 3 power gems. That's the one thing that I guess I shouldn't quit. I should resume this. The thing I don't like about ring royalty is that it doesn't create. It's not a gem spawner. It really doesn't spawn a whole lot. It will actually destroy a couple of the non-fired power gems, and then it will go ahead and basically create just a few. So you're going to end up with just like 1 or 2, maybe 2 or 3 fire power gems on the board, and all your power gems are going to be forming around it. Like it's not going to do anything. You're not going to get. It's really not going to help out much at all. And let's see, 25-25. I think I'm going to be able to get somebody to yell discover. Discovery. I mean, like, I'm just gonna be doing this all event. I'm just gonna be waiting for it to come out, and I'm just gonna throw my hands up whenever it happens. Discovery. What is the icon above the event ultimate form? So that is the Pristine. So it's basically telling you that you are now at full health and your hero has 200% increased attack. So that is the icon for Pristine. Yeah, so honestly, like this team right here, individually, the cards don't really spawn enough power gems to make off affinity, the off affinity strategy really viable. The only way that you're going to be viable here is if you use another card. Like you don't actually have to use this, for example. Like you could, if you wanted to, use the Fire Slayer card if you want it, for example, like the Fire Immortal. Like you could do this, but then you need to worry about both fire and dark. Although I feel like this might actually get you some pretty good gems. It's just that in this particular case, your dark cards don't. I think it's still going to be a problem because your dark cards simply don't spawn enough. So I think you need to go with a dark immortal golems. I think you need to have golems in here in order to have a chance at actually doing enough. Like if you have this setup, I think this is what you're going to need to go with. So if you don't have water slayers, no, you're not. If you don't have water slayers, then you go with anything else. You go with the fire one that I just showed. Okay, so you can go with. I'm talking about fire affinity at this point, and generally, like, you can go with Blitzkrieg Beast. You can go with Honor Bell Luminaries. The best for off affinity is going to be the top of the choice is Lost Kingdom Guardians. Then the second one is going to be the Honor Bell Luminaries, because they both can create up to 14 Power Gem 5s in a single shot. It's just that Honor Bell Luminaries require you to charge up the skills, whereas the Lost Kingdom Guardians doesn't. But you can go with Blitzkrieg. It is also a good choice. Or you don't have to wait. You don't have to use the ones that give you a lot of spawn. You could do anything really. You can also do the light. Was it Chaotic Commander? You could also use Starborn Sentinels, although the other one that is actually, I think, no, it's not Noble. Arcane? No. Beast? Afterlife Alliance also works, or you can go with, the Earth Immortal Commander, which has passive spawn. So anything that gives you like passive ability, like when it's off affinity, like as long as you can like either use the passive ability to sort of build it up, or you have a card that can just like spawn, a good number. 8 would be really good, and then that would all work. Like a lot of people have shown like multiple different options that works, because all you're doing is you're just really upgrading your power gems. That's what you're doing. Discovery Channel today. So let's see. Catherine McIntyre, if you don't have the ultimate form, what is your option? So the first thing you want to go with is you want to go with the Dark Beast Slayer. That is going to be Draconic Scoundrels. And if you're going with Draconic Scoundrels, you're not going to use it if you want to do dual affinity, or you're going to have to use it first, then you activate your off affinity cards. So that is the other option. And then if you have, it's really like, if you don't have the event ultimate form, just use the previous one, and then use a similar setup if you have golems, if you have freedom fighters. I hope everybody has freedom fighters at this point, because I preached enough about it, so you can take advantage of that. If you don't have if you don't have golems, but you have freedom fighters and you have perceptive gurus, that's also an option. Like there's a lot of different ways for you to get boosted when it comes to immortal. So like in this particular case, there's a lot of different options to boost immortal card. And even if you don't, like, the fact is freedom fighters will give you a 5 times nuke damage, and so you should always just include it anyway. Like you should always just include it in any Dark Slayer event, like sort of regardless what happens, you add it in here, you're getting 5 times damage on this card. Okay, so as an ultimate form, it already has the 6 times Slayer bonus, and it gives a 5 times damage nuke, afterwards. So it is insane with the boost, but without boost, it still gives you that extra damage output that is really critical. in an event like Slayers. And so if you don't have the ultimate form, just use something from before. There's a lot of different options, and honestly, it comes down to you're going to be able to build decks that's either going to be able to take care of Corellium or not. That really is what it comes down to. And so if you don't have the current event deck, if you don't have any boosters, then you're going to have to either not prestige up, or you prestige up and you tag, and then you focus on the guild bosses. Like, it sounds harsh, but that's the way the game is done right now. Or if you don't prestige and you stay in like the Ruby or the Prestige 4 level, then anything, especially with a the old ultimate form like Draconic Scoundrels, should work just fine. So like if I were to build a deck like this, right, I would still keep that card in there. And let's say I don't have any other things, I could do Slayer wise, Dark Slayer wise. Spirits United is not the most awesome, and I don't have a lot of other Dark Slayer options. Actually, I have just a bunch of support cards, so like I don't really have good Slayer cards other than that. But like, you know, just use cards that can build up power gems, right? Use cards that can build power gems, and I would say in this case, if you don't have enough power gem spawners, an off affinity is not going to be the right choice for you, because you're not taking, like, the only way you're going to be able to take advantage of affinity is if you can actually do something with it. So instead, I think what I would do is probably, if I have Draconic Scoundrels, that means you have Enriched Vernic. Come on, let's go ahead and change the beast. All right, so it's going to be, where did that card, there you go, there's that card. All right, so you're gonna have to do something like this and really just kind of let the Freedom Fighters take care of most of the damage for you. If you don't have Freedom Fighters, then use any other Dark Slayer that you could have. Why don't I throw in the old Beast Slayer first and activate in the Blue Slayer? Yeah, so what I was trying to say, Mike, is that yes, I can. In fact, that's how I recommend it if you're going to use the old one. The problem here is generally a lot of the Dark Slayers, they don't really do a very good job of creating power gems, unless you have something like this. And I'm talking like super old cards right now, and this is going to be Generation 2. So unless you have these cards, all right? So in some situations, it might actually be better here. I'm going to showcase this. So I'm going to go ahead with, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm even going to do this. And I'm going to change this card, and I'm going to throw in the Light Generation 3 Arcane Killer. And now let's take a look and see what this is going to be like, all right? So if you have these cards, you might be able to take advantage of it. Ultimately, it's about understanding what it means to be using off affinity for your deck. And if you can get the boost, great, because that's ultimately where you're going to get most of your damage from. But if not, you can make it work still. And again, I'm going to use a card that is not going to passively spawn. So I'm going to look for a Warden so I can show you how this works. So this is, where did I just made that deck. Here you go. So I need to change my relics though, so that's very important. So I'm going to go ahead and swap to Dark Slayer. Dark Slayer relics. I'm just going to add these. And in fact, I should do this and this instead, because those are the relics that came with my Draconic Scoundrels. And so let's test this out. Let's test out my theory that this should work. No, like this one will have no boost, but it will have the ultimate form 400% damage boost. You are still hopefully going to be able to do some decent upgrade. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to activate everything in the following order. So you're going to activate Draconic Scoundrels first. All right, you're gonna activate Draconic Scoundrels, and the reason why I think like I didn't get enough power gems there is because I'm using the old Generation 3 relics that will create power gems based on the number of Slayers on the board, and I have one less. All right, so the first thing you do is you activate Draconic Scoundrels so that you can get some power gems on the board. Then you activate the Lost Kingdom Guardians, and now you're gonna go ahead and activate, I guess probably Soul Reaper first, and then Hell last. So what you're seeing here is all of these cards will create 12 power gems each, except it's power gem 1s and not power gem 4s. So you're not going to get like huge upgrades, but as far as power gen spawners go, these are pretty great. And if you have multiple copies of Hell, you should probably do that also. And so this is an option, right? In fact, I imagine that I could probably put in just I could probably take out one of the Soul Reapers. I could probably take out a Soul Reaper and put in the Watcher of the Waves. In fact, I might do that. Let's try this. So what I'm testing out right now is like, hey, like they generate 12 power gems. It's almost the same as the Lost Kingdom Guardians. So like if I did this and then I alternate the activation order, that might actually work. So let's go ahead and test this out and sort of see. All right. Again, these are old cards I'm showing. You may or may not have it. I can't really showcase based on everybody's sort of situation, and so the only thing I can recommend to you is just do what you can with what you got. This is going to mess me up, so I'm going to try something else. Something, come on. I don't want things that can passively spawn power gems. I think this one won't. It's like, take a look at your cards and try the best to build something that can give you the maximized damage, but it has to, like, it really does depend on your collection. And so my recommendation really is like, if you're generally not a spender, you should focus on saving your gems so you can pull the minimum number of packs required, so you can save up the coins so that if you get lucky, go for it, or otherwise save up all 84 coins and just use it for fire events. That's the best thing I can recommend. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and try this out. So the activation order here for this kind of setup is going to be Draconic Scoundrels first, because we don't want to get rid of any of the off affinity power gems. Then we're going to do, I guess we're gonna go position 3, then position 1, then position 5, then position 2. So that kind of worked okay, because this one would have created 6 and then would have doubled, so it's 12 and 12. I guess that probably worked okay. And I don't know what the actual damage is going to be based on this, because this is not an event, right? But this could potentially work also. And again, it also does depend on your relics and everything. But I think that might be okay. I'm just going to quit out here. So that's going to be sort of, like my assessment here is that the team, I'm not sure if you're ever going to really use the team fully on its own with today's meta. Honestly, the situation here is if you have Freedom Fighters, if you have Golems, you're going to end up using this with the event Ultimate Form. That's a given. If you don't have any of those options, or if you don't have if you have the event Ultimate Form, but you don't have any of those boosters, then you might want to look for other options. Like, I think Arcane is the other option. So if you have Dark Arcane, I don't personally have Dark Arcane, but like some people do, and so what they would do is they would use Arcane instead. Okay, or if you have any boosters and you have the event deck, then just use it, because it's not the type of deck that's going to leave you with just a single row of power gems. You're going to be able to at least save some of the power gems, and it's likely that you're always going to be alive, right? It's likely that you're always going to be able to produce enough stacks of Investigate, so that you will every 3 turns you'll be able to fully heal, and you're going to stay alive for those long fights. So there's different options there. So let me know if you have any specific issues. We'll try and help out. Join my network chat room so we can talk to you about it, and I will see what I can come up with also during the week. But it's going to be pretty much like similar to what I've done. This one is less versatile than the previous event, so I'm not sure what other options I can come up with, and it also depends on what the boss is going to be like. But that's going to be it for me for today. Hopefully this has helped you make a decision on whether or not you would like to invest in this full team or not. My personal recommendation is it feels kind of iffy to me. I'm not sure that Pristine as a mechanic is the most impressive or most impactful, but once the event starts, I'll have a much better idea. But don't forget, each of the cards that each of the cards will have a chance to scream discovery, so that there is at least that. So anyways, that's gonna be it. Thank you very much for joining me for this event preview, guys. Take care, have a nice evening or have a nice day, and enjoy your event. I'll see you next time. Bye now.